Hi, JR. Thanks for coming on this show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fine and dandy. So, today we have exciting news. But before that, there is this video roaming around the internet. I sent you the link, JR. And
Hmm.
this is the main question. Is it true that the US has announced plans to allow Filipinos to enter the United States without a visa?
I will be the first one to go to the US if that would happen then.
So, you're saying no, it's not real?
Not real.
Aw, I'm so sorry, guys. I know a lot of my subscribers have been emailing me the last few days because they wanted their girlfriends to visit them in the US. So I told them I'm going to contact JR because he knows people from the Bureau of Immigration from the Philippines. So no news about that in the Philippines because I know it would be big.
If it's true, there should be an official advisory from the US government. It should always start from there because it should be backed up with official announcements, official executive orders, and so on and so forth.
A lot of you have emailed me. Some of your girlfriends also emailed me and asked how to apply for the US tourist visa. I did a video about that about 2 years ago, the first time I visited the US. And the US government is quite strict when it comes to issuing visas, especially tourist visas. Because sad to say that some of us have abused visa privileges. After COVID, the applications for K1 visas, spousal visas to the United States, there are a backlog for that. So I don't think the US government will just open its borders.
I would totally agree with that because that's something that they're currently doing right now, especially for the approving of visas, pre-qualifying it, and other procedures.
You've got calls as well from some of my subscribers asking if it is true.
I received emails regarding that.
I'm afraid that video is not true. It's just there to get views, and it's one of the hot topics. Filipinos trying to get to the US, Americans with girlfriends from the Philippines, they wanted them to be in the US. So please, guys, it's not true. Check all sources. So this is just a way of helping you folks to clarify this mess. I hate to be the bearer of bad news again. We're always saying no, 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 no.
We're just doing the right thing because sometimes right now it's really hard to take a look at rightful information, especially at this stage. That the social media is once you put up something there, it will just spread out real quick.
All right, so on to the next topic. There's this new announcement from NAIA, Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila, that security personnel are no longer allowed to touch the travelers' passports. And there were two incidents that were reported online, or it went viral online. What do you know about this, JR?
It basically started with the partial tier of the bio page of the passport, in which that particular subject has not been able to fly out because of that tier on the passport, especially on the bio page. So that's the reason why they have issued that memorandum or circular, so that really to address that issue. Because I think it's not just one or two, maybe there's more.
So someone tore the passport, the traveler's passport, the bio page.
And that is something that could be intentional. But at the end of the day, we cannot also discount the possibility that it could be a wear and tear, or we cannot also discount the possibility of the way they handle the passports, especially they're going to be checking it, looking for the visas and other documents as well.
The reason why we're talking about this, guys, is if there is damage to your passport, especially the bio page, basically you're not allowed to travel. Obviously, for frequent travelers, they know that you have to really take care of your passport. No torn pages, no scribbles, no nothing. To make it clear before you hand your passport when you go travel, but now you just have to show it to them like that, like show it from a distance, I guess.
Probably. Because they have one policy, but right now we need to deal with really with the implementation, because each in charge might have different way of interpreting it. Just like what for example, Um, I had a recent experience, not with immigration, but typically here in the Philippines, it's just like a desk from another desk. I'm asking the same question, and I'm asking it with two different people, and I get two different answers. If I'm the foreigner right now and I'm be cautious of that is what is happening, they might actually call me crazy. But when I actually present my passport, I'll make sure that I always checked it. I always have a sight on it. If I hand it over to them, I always like, okay, I'll make sure that I'll see what are they doing.
It's more fun and chaos in the Philippines. So yeah, some of the people might be aware of the bullet scam. There apparently some people that work in the airport, they just deliberately put a bullet in your luggage. So you have to pay them to let you go and travel. That was the scam before. And I don't know if this is another scam with the tearing of passports. We don't know that yet, but there were like two incidents. Just giving you a heads up. Okay, so for the meat of the subject of this video, we've got great news, guys, and we just found out that the Nomad visa has been approved. So, JR, tell us about this Nomad visa.
Yes. The Nomad visa has been approved last April 24, 2025. And it will be on a pilot implementation 60 days after.
Yay! So, 60 days from April 24th of 2025, this will be implemented.
Yes.
Great. So let's have a recap because I know we've talked about it, but for the new folks, for the new subscribers, for the new viewers, what is the Nomad visa?
The Nomad visa is a visa for those people who are actually intending to go to the Philippines for a remote work. So this basically covers those younger folks going to the Philippines. Like if they don't qualify for the SRRV, they can actually opt to have to apply for the digital nomad visa or DNV. So that's their option. It's not the tourist visa, but they are having their intention under decide to go to the Philippines on the status of the Nomad visa.
Okay, so this is another option for those of you younger folks that wanted to stay longer in the Philippines and
Mhm.
not retire. So you're not just a plain tourist, but you can actually enter the Philippines now using this Nomad visa if you're working remotely. What ages can apply? Is there like a, you know, age limit?
Okay, let me run through you with the official guidelines for the conditions of the visa. There are eight. I'll just mention them quickly. So it should be at least 18 years old and above. So that's number one. Then the applicant must show proof of remote work using digital technology. So that's number two. So that's the first two are self-explanatory. So there could be supporting documents when you apply it. And take note, this Nomad visa will only be applied from the Philippine consulate offices. So it's being issued before you come to the Philippines. Now, going to the third condition, must show a proof of sufficient income which is generated outside the Philippines. That's third. Must show a proof of no criminal record. That's self-explanatory as well. Must have health insurance valid for for the period of the visa itself. So the next one must be a national of a country that offers DNVs to Filipinos and where the Philippines as a foreign service post or consulate offices. Now, the other two would be not pose a threat to the external and internal security of the Philippines. And the last one, he must not be employed in the Philippines. So, those are the conditions of the Nomad visa as clearly stipulated on the executive order. However, we really need to wait and see on what will be the specific implementing rules and regulation.
Okay, so for now, there were eight guidelines. The,
Yes.
okay, so first is you have to be 18 and above, 18 years old and above. The second is sufficient income,
Yes, that's one.
but define sufficient.
Mm. That's another one. That will be answered on the implementing rules and regulation later on.
Okay, so later on, they're going to specify what sufficient income is. Okay, so no criminal record, and they have to have health insurance. Okay, let's say if you're allowed to stay in the Philippines for 2 years, then you have to have health insurance for 2 years, something like that, for example.
Yes.
Got it. And of course, you shouldn't be a threat. And what was the last one?
Must not be employed in the Philippines.
Oh yeah, so you shouldn't be employed by a Philippines company, I guess. So you're not robbing Filipino citizens with the jobs available for them first. Okay, got it. This is great. At
Yeah.
last, it's been signed.
True. That's very true. And right now, we would like to let your subscribers know what is really the gist of this Nomad visa. They need also to know important points like the digital Nomad visa can be issued only in the Philippine consulate offices outside the Philippines. So prior entry to the Philippines, they can actually have already the Nomad visa. So when they enter the Philippines, they will present that to the Bureau of Immigration, and then, hey, I have a digital nomad visa. Then the Bureau of Immigration also will be referring to the implementing rules and regulation. Now, what happened for those people who are already here in the country? So that is still something that will be refined later on, because technically this is a new visa that will be issued by the Philippine government. This digital nomad visa will be valid for a year and can be renewable at the same period. So those things are maybe basic, but that should be properly understood. And that's the reason why we're really doing this. We give them updates because they need to know that they should not be taking a look at AI generated videos for this visa, because we're really doing a research on it and we're real. We're not AI. I would just like to verify that. And mind you, there might be possibility that delays might be coming into play, especially the Philippine government will be having their election, midterm election this month, May.
This coming May is a busy season because it's our election. In the Philippines, this is not the presidential election, right? This is the senatorial election. Okay, got it. So I was just wondering, JR, you said it is available for people, younger folks, so 18 and above, foreigners who are working remotely. So this is not just for vloggers, because the Philippines is just becoming like so saturated with vloggers. This is not just for vloggers, right? This is
Yes.
for anyone working remotely. A stock trader,
Yeah, correct.
this is good for a year. You don't have to go to extend your visa every 2 months. Obviously, it'll save you time and money to go to the Bureau of Immigration offices to extend your visa. Do you know by any chance how much it'll cost for a foreigner to apply to get this nomad visa?
As of now, we don't have the cost yet because we're still waiting for the implementing rules and regulation. But approximately $500, just an estimate. I'm basing that on the tourist visa cost for you here. It might be, but it's yet to be seen in the next 30 days once the regulations will be out.
Might be it's cost efficient, because a lot of younger foreigners are now looking at Southeast Asia as a viable option for them to work and enjoy life, because the grind in the West is like a soul draining system that it's just work, 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 and no play. But then again, a lot of remote jobs available. They can earn dollars and yet spend it in pesos or baht or rupee, or it's cheaper cost of living in Southeast Asia. So this is just one option from our Philippines government. I think we're trying to compete with Thailand, because Thailand's visa options are very appealing. But then again, we have the advantage of nicer women. At least we speak English. So, yeah, this might be an option for you younger folks out there who are not in the retirement age, right?
Correct, yes. And also for those who are not intending to marry yet or get married yet.
Exactly. So, are you getting any calls yet, JR, about this visa?
Yeah, we actually got an email already on that they wanted to apply. And we informed them that we're waiting now for the regulation because they're already here in the Philippines. So that might be the other way around. Or there will be also a simultaneous implementation between the consulate offices outside the Philippines and also the Bureau of Immigration. That is still we're waiting to see. However, as what you have mentioned earlier, there will be a lot of these options here in the Philippines as well. So prior video, we talk about the investor's visa. So you have more options that will suit you best during your stay here in the Philippines. And that is really good. After 50 years old and you can actually apply for the SRB, then do that. SRB is much more I think flexible than the Nomad visa because I know still people that are doing remote work above 50. So it really goes down to your best fit.
If you have visa concerns, you know the guy. It's gonna be JR Coca. I'm gonna leave his contact info in the description box and also in the pinned comment, guys. And yeah, you can go ahead and email JR, call JR. So, folks, you know the drill. I'll be back in 3 more days with something new. So please stay tuned. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this segment. Bye for now. If you think about it, I'm kind of like the girl next door. No costumes, no superpowers, just someone who keeps their eyes and ears open and knows how to get you the information you need when trying to learn about life in the Philippines. I'm familiar with Western culture and I know my own, so I can be a valuable resource when it comes to all things Filipino. If you enjoy my channel and want to help it grow, please hit the thumbs up button on this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and consider checking out my Patreon page where you'll find extra content and exclusive videos and features. You can rest assured that I'll be bringing you fresh, high-quality content twice a week. And while you're waiting for the next one, check out some of my other videos as well. See you around the neighborhood. Oh, I almost forgot. Can I borrow a cup of sugar?